Hey, rich friends, it's your girl Cha Cha reporting live from The Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I do just want to start by saying Happy New Year to everybody. It's 2025, and I want to give a warm welcome to all of my new subscribers or anybody who has joined the channel over the holidays. I did drop a bunch of videos in December, so you guys have a lot of content to catch up on. If you are a returning subscriber, you already know. You can find that in the playlists, which are organized by categories like market structure, indicators, and strategy. So, if you have been here before and you are enjoying your time, welcome back. Today, we are going to be focusing on another simple strategy that you can add to your trading arsenal. And if you don't have one, this can be something that you should try and see if it works for you. Everybody doesn't trade the same or learn the same way. That's why I have so many different types of videos explaining different things on the channel. So just get familiar. Now, if you are a new trader, there are some basic things that you have to understand when you're trading. And one of those concepts that will really take you far once you get it is support and resistance. Being able to identify support and resistance in the market is so important because this is essentially where your entry points are going to be. This is going to be your exit points. It's going to be where you take profit and where you set your stop losses so that you don't lose too much money in your trades. Now, there are a few different tools that you can use to highlight these levels, but at the end of the day, it's all one and the same. So just to give you an example, I'm going to use some tools here that we can find on Tradingview. That's the website that I use for charting. Now I'm going to click my lines and I'm going to choose a horizontal line. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to look for areas where I see a collection of candles. And anywhere I see that, like here, I'm going to want to put a horizontal line there. Because what these areas are telling us is that these are areas of high activity and it's a place that the market had a clear reaction before. Now, usually when you see these high areas of activity at the bottom of a trend like this, that usually means that the market wants to turn around and buy. These areas found at the bottom are known as areas of support. And they're where you can set your buy entries, right? Where you can get in if you are in the market at that time, or you can set your pending orders. Now, here's another example of an area of support. We can see that the market was coming off of a selling trend. It was gathering in this area, and then it actually pushed off of this area and bought. So if you guys can see that these areas of support are at the bottom, and I'll just scroll along, and whenever you see a new support area and then the market buying, just go ahead and drop a 7 in the chat so that I can know that you are following along and that it is making sense. Now, the opposite of an area of support is going to be an area of resistance, and this is usually found at the top of a buying trend. So we can see the market bounced off of the support area and it bought up to this area multiple times. And we know it's multiple times because if we look at the watermark on my chart, we can see we're looking at Euro USD on the hour time frame. Each one of these candles formed over the course of an hour. So if 1 hour the market came off of this area and resisted, and then in another hour it came and resisted, we can say that for all these hours the market resisted in the same zone until it finally sold. Usually when it's bouncing off of resistance, it's looking to go back to a previous area of support. So I'm just going to scroll on my screen. And if you guys notice any areas of resistance, just go ahead and drop a 7 in the chat. Now, that's super important when it comes to setting pending orders because one of the cool things about trading is that you don't have to be in the market at that time to take your trade. You can do your analysis on a Sunday and the trade may not trigger until Monday, but as long as you've identified your areas, you can actually set pending orders ahead of time so that your trades will trigger once the market actually reaches that zone. So this strategy I'm going to show you is pretty simple. Again, the first thing that you want to do when you come into the market is you want to highlight those areas of support and resistance that you notice. So I'm just going to back up the chart to here. And we're going to go ahead and highlight our support. We can see the market came to this area multiple times. And another tip is if you see a big wick at the bottom, usually just think about it like a pogo stick. The market is resisting going down and price wants to turn around. So since we've highlighted that, let's just highlight some other areas of activity that we see. And if you guys can understand why I'm highlighting these areas, it's because where I see the collection of candles at, just drop some sevens in the chat. So let's say that we have marked our areas and we have an indicator. The indicator that I'm using right now is the stochastic, but you should really focus on price action before you stress about adding too many indicators. Now, for me, I look for certain confirmations on the stochastic that will help me determine my entry. So if the stochastic is facing down, if the orange line is above the blue line, and if it's crossed below any of these dotted lines, I usually take the trade for a sell in conjunction with it being at an area of resistance. If my stochastic is facing up, if my blue is above my orange, and if either one of those lines have crossed above, I will take the trade for a buy, setting my take profit at previous resistance. So it's important to be able to, one, identify these areas and then have your signals that will give you the confidence to get in. So let's just go ahead and see what happens. We see our candles were bouncing off of this support zone. And we're waiting for those buy confirmations on a stochastic before we actually get in, right? So now we have our stochastic facing up. We have the blue line above the orange, and we have it crossing above the first dotted line. Not only that, the market is in an area of support. So once you've identified that, what you can do is set a pending order. Even before this candle opened, we could have set a pending order at this price because as we can see, the market did revisit that price. And because we are looking at this for a buy, we can set a take profit at this level. But not only could this be a take profit, this can also be a buy stop. Now, a buy stop is a type of pending order that happens when the market is going up. Your trade triggers at a higher price than where the market currently is, and then the market continues to go up to hit an additional take profit. So we can set a buy stop here, a take profit and a buy stop here. We can set a take profit and a buy stop here. We can also set a take profit and buy stop here, and even set a fourth TP at our swing high. So let's just go ahead and see if the market would have actually revisited those levels and if our pending orders would have triggered. Because we can see the market came back down to that area of support multiple times, but it did continue to push up and eventually it did hit all of our TPs. And all we had to do was one, be able to identify those previous levels of support and resistance. Two, decide if we were going to take the trade for a buy or a sell. And after we confirm with our indicators, three, set our pending orders at those previous areas of activities. And four, just wait for the trade to play out. So that was pretty simple and it was a buy stop example. I am going to make other videos to show you guys how to take advantage of retracements and reversals as well using pending orders. So if that's something that you would like to see, just go ahead and let me know down below in the comment box. Now, if you made it this far in the video and it was helpful, just go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share this video with a trader who you think that it would be helpful to. Now, I do have an online course where you can watch the videos in a cohesive order, and it also comes with quizzes and a lot of reference sheets um, if you're interested in being a part of a course. But that's really all I have for you guys today. Until next time returns.